Hey everyone, and welcome back to Robo Rise. If this is your first time here, this channel is all about understanding AI, technology, and the future of work in a way that's practical, honest, and actually useful. No hype, no exaggerated promises, just real insights you can use to navigate the digital economy smartly. Today, we're talking about something that's on a lot of people's minds right now. Which jobs will survive the AI wave? Because let's be honest, every week there's a new headline about AI doing something that used to require a human, writing code, designing logos, analyzing data, even creating art. And it's natural to wonder, where does that leave us? But here's the thing. AI is incredibly powerful at certain tasks, but there are entire categories of work, valuable, well-paying, meaningful work that AI simply cannot replace. Not because the technology isn't advanced enough, but because these jobs require something AI fundamentally lacks. Over the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to walk you through the types of jobs and skills that are most resilient to automation. We'll look at real scenarios, practical examples, and what you can do to future-proof your career, whether you're just starting out or you've been working for years. So let's get into it. The future of work in 2026. We're living through a pretty significant shift right now. In 2026, AI tools are embedded in almost every industry. Marketing teams use AI to write first drafts. Developers use AI to debug code faster. Accountants use AI to automate data entry. Designers use AI to generate mood boards. And that's not a bad thing. These tools make work faster and more efficient, but they're also changing what employers value. The challenge isn't just that AI can do certain tasks. It's that the skills people spent years building can suddenly feel less valuable. A graphic designer who used to spend hours perfecting layouts now competes with someone who can generate 10 variations in minutes using AI. So the question becomes, what separates someone who thrives in this environment from someone who gets left behind? The answer is surprisingly straightforward. The jobs that survive and the people who succeed are the ones where human judgment, adaptability, and real-world interaction matter more than speed or volume. AI is a support tool. It's excellent at processing information, recognizing patterns, and executing instructions. But it doesn't understand context the way humans do. It doesn't build trust. It doesn't navigate ambiguity. It doesn't make ethical decisions or read a room. And that's where the opportunities are. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Jobs AI won't replace. Job 1. Healthcare practitioners, especially nurses and surgeons. Let's start with healthcare, because this is one of the clearest examples. AI can analyze medical scans faster than any radiologist. It can suggest diagnoses based on symptoms. It can even predict patient outcomes using historical data. But here's what it can't do. It can't hold a patient's hand when they're scared. It can't adjust a treatment plan on the fly based on how someone is actually responding. It can't make a split-second decision during surgery when something unexpected happens. Think about a nurse working a night shift in an intensive care unit. A patient's condition suddenly changes. The monitors are beeping. The family is panicking. The nurse has to assess the situation, communicate with the doctor, reassure the family, and take immediate action all at once. That requires emotional intelligence, physical coordination, situational awareness, and years of experience. AI can assist by flagging abnormal vitals or suggesting protocols, but it can't replace the nurse. Practical tip: if you're in healthcare or considering it, focus on developing your clinical judgment and communication skills. Those are the things that make you irreplaceable. AI will handle more administrative work, which actually gives you more time to focus on patient care. Job number 2. Skilled trades, electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians. Here's something people don't talk about enough. Most AI advancements are happening in digital spaces, but the physical world, that's a completely different challenge. Take an electrician, for example. Every job site is different. Old buildings have outdated wiring. New constructions have unique layouts. Sometimes the blueprints don't match reality. An electrician has to troubleshoot on the spot, work in awkward spaces, and make sure everything is safe and up to code. AI can't do that. A robot can't climb into a crawl space, assess a wiring issue, and fix it. It can't adapt to the thousand little variables that come with working in the real world. Let's say a homeowner calls because their power keeps cutting out in one room. The electrician arrives, asks questions, tests the outlets, checks the breaker box, and realizes the issue is actually a loose connection. Behind the wall, something that wasn't obvious at first. That kind of problem-solving requires hands-on expertise, physical presence, and the ability to adapt in real time. Practical tip: if you're in a trade, keep learning. New technologies like smart home systems and renewable energy are creating more demand, not less. The electricians who understand both traditional wiring and modern tech are the ones who'll stay busy. Job number 3, teachers and educators. AI can deliver information. It can create lesson plans. It can even grade assignments. But teaching? That's about so much more than transferring knowledge. A good teacher notices when a student is struggling, not just academically, but emotionally. They adjust their teaching style based on the class's energy. They inspire curiosity. They build confidence. Imagine a middle school teacher working with a student who's falling behind in math. The student isn't struggling because they don't understand the concepts. They're struggling because they're anxious, convinced they're not a math person, and they've already given up. The teacher spends extra time with them after class. They break down the problem in a different way. They share a story about their own struggles with math. They celebrate small wins until the student starts believing in themselves again. AI can't do that. It can provide personalized practice problems, sure, but it can't read body language. It can't offer encouragement at exactly the right moment. It can't build a relationship that makes a student actually want to try. Practical tip: if you're an educator, lean into the human side of teaching. The technical stuff, grading, administrative work, basic content delivery, that's where AI helps. But your real value is in mentorship, motivation, and connection. Job number 4, strategic leaders and executives. AI is great at analyzing data and presenting options. But leadership, that's about making decisions when there is no clear right answer. Let's say you're the CEO of a mid-sized company, and you're deciding whether to expand into a new market. AI can give you projections, risk assessments, and competitor analysis. But it can't tell you whether your team has the capacity to handle the expansion right now. It can't factor in the company culture, or whether this move aligns with your long-term vision. It can't weigh the emotional and ethical implications of laying people off if things don't work out. A good leader takes all the data AI provides, but then makes a judgment call based on experience, intuition, and values. Here's a real scenario. A company is facing pressure from investors to cut costs by outsourcing customer service. The AI model says it'll save 30% annually, but the CEO knows their customer service team is one of the reasons customers stay loyal. They decide to keep the team and find cost savings elsewhere. That's leadership. It's about seeing the bigger picture and making choices that data alone can't justify. Practical tip: if you're moving into leadership, focus on developing your decision-making skills under uncertainty. AI will give you better information than ever before, but you still have to decide what to do with it. Job 5, therapists and mental health counselors. Mental health care is another area where human connection is irreplaceable. AI chatbots can provide basic emotional support. They can offer coping strategies for anxiety or depression. Some people even find them helpful for quick check-ins. But therapy? Real therapy requires empathy, trust, and the ability to navigate deeply personal, complex emotions. Imagine someone going through a divorce, struggling with feelings of failure and uncertainty about the future. They sit down with a therapist who's worked with hundreds of people in similar situations. The therapist doesn't just give advice. They listen. They ask questions that help the person realize things they hadn't articulated before. They notice patterns in the person's thinking. They create a safe space where vulnerability is okay. Over weeks and months, the person starts to heal, not because they got a list of tips, but because they felt truly understood. AI can't replicate that. It can't build trust. It can't adapt to the subtle, unspoken things that happen in a therapy session. Practical tip: if you're in mental health, Keep refining your ability to be present with people. AI can handle scheduling, note-taking, and even suggesting resources. But the core of your work, the human connection, that's what people pay for. Job number 6. Creative professionals. But not how you think. Now this one is tricky because AI is already creating art, writing copy, and composing music. So why are creative professionals on this list? Because AI creates based on patterns. It doesn't innovate. It doesn't take risks. And most importantly, it doesn't understand why something resonates with people. Let me give you an example. A brand hires a creative director to lead a campaign for a new product. AI can generate dozens of ad concepts in minutes, but the creative director is the one who looks at all of them and says, "No, none of these feel right. Here's what we're actually going for." They understand the brand's voice. They know the audience. They've seen what works and what doesn't, and they can push ideas in directions AI would never suggest. Or think about a screenwriter working on a TV show. AI can generate dialogue and plot points, but it's the writer who understands pacing, subtext, character development, and how to make audiences care. The creative professionals who thrive are the ones who use AI as a tool but lead with vision and taste. Practical tip. If you're in a creative field, focus on developing your point of view. AI can help with execution, but your unique perspective is what makes your work valuable. Job 7. Sales and negotiation roles. AI can send follow-up emails. It can qualify leads. It can even predict which prospects are most likely to convert. But closing a deal? That's still a human skill, because sales, especially high-value sales, is about building relationships and navigating objections in real time. Let's say you're selling enterprise software to a company. You've had a few calls with the decision maker. They're interested, but they're hesitant about the cost. A good salesperson doesn't just push harder. They listen. They ask questions to understand what's really behind the hesitation. Maybe it's not the price, it's that they're worried about the implementation process, or they've been burned by a similar tool before. The salesperson addresses those concerns, builds trust, and finds a way to structure the deal so it makes sense for everyone. AI can't do that. It can't read tone of voice. It can't adjust its approach mid-conversation. It can't make someone feel confident about a decision. Practical tip: if you're in sales, double down on relationship building. The transactional stuff, lead scoring, email sequences, that's where AI helps. But your ability to connect with people and close deals, that's irreplaceable. Job 8. Emergency responders, paramedics, firefighters, police officers. Finally, let's talk about first responders. These jobs require quick thinking, physical action, and the ability to handle chaos. Imagine a paramedic arriving at the scene of a car accident. There are multiple victims. Some are more injured than others. The paramedic has to assess who needs help first, stabilize them, and coordinate with the hospital, all while staying calm under pressure. AI can assist with things like route optimization or suggesting treatment protocols, but it can't replace the paramedic's ability to make life-or-death decisions in seconds. Practical tip: if you're in emergency services, keep training. The fundamentals of your job won't change, but new technologies like drones or AI-assisted diagnostics can make you even more effective. How to prepare for the AI future. So now that we've covered the jobs AI won't replace, let's talk about how you actually prepare for this future. Because even if your job is on this list, the way you do your work will change. AI isn't going away. The question is how you adapt. First, focus on skills that require human judgment, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, creativity, adaptability. These are the things AI can't replicate. If you're early in your career, prioritize learning experiences that force you to make decisions with incomplete information. Take on projects where you have to manage people, not just tasks. Put yourself in situations where you have to solve problems that don't have clear answers. Second, learn to work with AI, not against it. The people who succeed in the next decade won't be the ones who avoid AI. They'll be the ones who use it to amplify their skills. If you're a writer, use AI to generate first drafts so you can focus on refining ideas. If you're a designer, use AI to explore concepts faster. If you're in healthcare, use AI to handle administrative work so you can spend more time with patients. The key is to stay in control. You're the strategist. AI is the assistant. Third, avoid the biggest mistake people make, assuming their job is safe without evolving. Even jobs that are resilient to AI will change. Teachers who refuse to incorporate new tools will struggle. Salespeople who don't adapt their approach will lose to competitors who do. The future belongs to people who stay curious. Keep learning and embrace change instead of resisting it. All right, let's wrap this up. The future of work isn't about humans versus AI. It's about humans and AI working together, each doing what they do best. AI handles the repetitive, data-heavy, predictable tasks. Humans handle the judgment calls, the relationships, the creativity, and the real-world problem-solving. If your job involves physical work, emotional intelligence, strategic thinking, or adapting to unpredictable situations, you're in a strong position. The key is to stay adaptable. Keep developing your uniquely human skills, and use AI as a tool to make yourself even better at what you do. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Drop a like if you appreciated the breakdown, and let me know in the comments, what's your job and how do you see AI changing it? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.